Okay, so we have the chicken now that's cleaned. Now let's see how we can go ahead and marinate this chicken. Again, this is not the only way to marinate it. This is just my style. You could do it any ways you want. First, I'm going to start with coriander leaves, but I don't think it makes any difference in what order you start. But I would like to put some green stuff on the chicken first. Then I'm going to add some ginger garlic paste. We don't prefer buying it outside because it contains preservatives, so this is homemade ginger garlic paste, thanks to my wife who's making this video. I'm going to put half the quantity into the chicken marination and rest half while I fry the onions. You will get to see that later. This is just my way of doing it again. And then this is being made in the US. It's pretty simple and straightforward here. So I'm going to use this Sindhi Biryani Masala from Shan. I've tried a couple of masalas, but we like this the most. So again, if you would like, you could start this masala from scratch. You could make it yourself, but over here I'm just going to use this masala. So it's really up to you to see how much you want to put, but to make biryani that will serve close to 6 people, I'll end up putting almost 80% of this masala. In fact, this time I'm going to put like entire packet of the masala. This will serve biryani comfortably for 6 to 7 people, in fact. So we have the biryani masala, and the next thing is yogurt or curd, however you may want to call it. I'm going to add like close to 3 teaspoons. Let me see, I might want to add more. When I mix this, if I see there is not enough liquid, I might want to add more curd to it. So for now, I've added 3 teaspoons. I'm going to add another teaspoon. I wouldn't say another teaspoon, that was half a teaspoon. Please take caution that this masala contains salt, so be cautious when you add salt. Although this contains salt, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit since I'm going to add more rice. I want all the salt to go into the chicken because that's the difficult thing. Salt will go into the rice easily, and finally some oil. This will make it easy for you to fry the chicken when you're putting it in the pan. So this is olive oil. I'm going to use my fingers. For about like a couple of hours. Now the next important step is to soak the rice in water so that it comes out soft when you cook the biryani. So let's go check out how we can soak the rice in water. It's not a big thing, but I'm still going to show it to you. Okay, now ready to soak the rice that's needed for biryani. So you could do with like any rice you want, but I prefer using basmati rice. So I'm going to use 3 cups of basmati rice. This is the cup I'm going to use. So the important thing in making biryani, that's what the bowl claims. What the bowl tells is you should have a rice that's free flowing while you eat. It's not like it messy, and it should not be sticking to each other in biryani. I mean, I kind of like it as well. So that's why I prefer using basmati rice. The reason I'm soaking it for an hour or so is when you soak it, obviously this is common sense, it will get cooked quickly. It kind of helps when you half boil the rice and put chicken onto the rice and do a process called dum. So it kind of helps you then. So I added like 3 cups of rice, adding water to it. I'm going to let this sit for an hour or so that it gets cooked easily later on. Yeah, we will come back for the biryani making process again. Okay, now the rice which was soaked for about like an hour, I semi-cooked it close to 60-70% done. I added some salt to the rice while cooking it, and now I have onions, about like 3.5 onions here, and green chilies. I'm gonna drain this rice, keep it aside, kind of finely chop this onions, and then put it in the oil along with the chili. So let me go ahead and drain this rice now. I showed you that the rice is semi-done. It's already drained. What I'm doing is, you'll see, this is how I chop the onions. People tell for biryani you should make thin slices of onions, but I don't really do that. I just chop the onions using this onion chopper. Meanwhile, if you take a look at the frying pan, I have some olive oil and sesame oil in that. Some green chili is getting fried at a slow flame. So let me chop all these onions, and then we will come back to you when we start frying the onions. Chopped around like 3.5 onions using my favorite chopper. So nothing else goes into this oil here. It's just the chili, green chilies, and the onions. Since the biryani masala has every other spice, you don't have to add anything into the oil. So that's my call. I don't want to like add too much spicy and mess up the biryani here. So this onion has to be fried. As it is getting fried, I'm going to add ginger and garlic paste to it. Remember, while I was marinating the chicken, I added only 50%. This 50% I'm going to add to this. I need more onions. Let me go ahead and chop. Yeah, I find this chopper very helpful. It saves me a lot of time because most of the things I cook at home involves onions. So I figured I need a way to save time chopping onions. There you go. So let this onion get fried, and then all you have to do is put the chicken and let the chicken cook, and take out the masala, and then do layers of masala with the rice, put it in dum. So we'll come back to you when the onions is getting fried and when you're about to add the chicken to it. You would note that the onion is getting fried. This is a kind of tricky part because it requires a lot of patience. I want the onion to like become a gravy, or like I want the onion to go into a molten state, but I don't want to add too much oil as well. So onion and green chili getting fried. I'm going to add rest of the ginger and garlic paste to this. Ginger and garlic paste, I'm assuming, kind of helps. Did you capture this as well? Good. Ginger and garlic paste kind of helps this onion to go into a molten state at a quicker pace. So I'm going to fry this for a little while, and then I'm going to add a couple of tomatoes to this, and hopefully this will turn into a paste after that, upon which you will add the chicken that's getting marinated. So if you look at this pan, you would see the onions. It's almost, I should say it's done. It's kind of getting into a paste form. It probably needs a little bit moisture so that it gets converted into a complete paste form. So what I'm going to do is, at this point, the chicken that's marinated goes into this. So when the chicken is starting to ooze out moisture, the onion hopefully will turn into a paste form. So the chicken has to be, I always completely cook the chicken. So put the flame from medium to high, mix this well, and let the chicken cook really well. I generally cook it 100%. Once this is done, then we're gonna take this content to a different container, and I'm going to use the same vessel to make the biryani. I'm going to throw rice into this, and I'm going to use layers of this particular gravy getting ready here to make the biryani. So we will come back to you once the chicken is done. So now we are at the stage where the gravy is ready. So I'm going to transfer this to a different vessel. Right now, I am going to use the same vessel. Just want to clean it off. Use the same vessel to make biryani. I don't want the bottom. Eventually, there could be some rice that's getting stuck to the bottom. You can avoid that. It's okay. But I'm going to pour some oil and scrap off anything that's sticking on to the bottom of the pan. Are you still recording this? Good. Now, ready for the layers. So, the bottom could contain more gravy actually, since it's going to take the heat directly. So more gravy onto the bottom of the vessel. Alright, so layer 1. Are you still recording this? So if you see, the rice is semi-cooked. So this is layer 1. Onto the top of this layer 1, I'm going to throw some cilantro that's kept there, and sprinkle little salt, and add this thing called ghee. It's called ghee in India, and add a few drops of that. So let me do that real quick. So layer 1. It got really cold, so the ghee got solidified, what do you want to call it, and cilantro. People add fried onions to it, but I don't prefer fried onions. I'm trying to make biryani that's a little healthy. So on top of this, what I'm going to do is add another layer of gravy. The layering is done. We have rice and the chicken gravy going in different layers. I'm gonna lock this and keep it in a medium flame. Shouldn't say flame, medium power. I think the biryani is ready. We left this biryani in medium flame for 10 minutes, and then I left it in low for about another 20 minutes. And then I went to have my shower. So this is how the biryani turns out. If you look at it, the grains are coming. I wouldn't say grains, I mean the rice. The rice is well cooked. We did not add any color powder or fried onions to it, remember, but it's completely up to you guys if you want to add. I'm not going to comment on the taste. So this is our final output, biryani, along with raita, and we made some chicken curry yesterday. So that was leftover. We have decided to eat this. So this is our Sunday afternoon lunch. Hopefully you guys will try it and like it. Thank you.